Two teenagers are facing some very adult charges this afternoon, and it's all in connection with a violent robbery that started in North Hills. That's where we find Files 1's Ron Lee with more.
I'm going to school.
You're going, it's like going to school? Yeah, you guys are joking about this, huh?
What happened?
I don't know, you tell me.
I'm going to school.
17-year-old Jose Franco of Farmingdale was in a joking mood while his friend, 16-year-old Medardo Gomez Soriano, kept a smirk on his face as they left Nassau Police headquarters in a police bus that most certainly was not taking them to any school. These teens were heading to their arraignment, where they faced robbery and other charges, not as minors, but as adults.
It's surprising, it's shocking. I didn't know that this kind of thing could happen here.
Do you feel very safe living in this community?
Of course.
Natty Tanton has lived in the Gates, a private community here in North Hills where the robbery took place, for more than 20 years. And he's now feeling a lot less safe after police say Franco went up to a woman's driver's side window while she had it down and started talking to her. Police say around 12:10 Wednesday morning, the 26-year-old victim was in her car just outside her home. Franco showed her a pocket knife, placed it against her chest, and grabbed her pocketbook. Detectives say Franco then fled the scene in a 2005 Dodge Neon that was driven by 16-year-old Medardo Gomez Soriano, who lives in Copeg. After the victim dialed 911 and described the vehicle to officers, police say the Dodge Neon was observed going through a red traffic light at Stewart Avenue and Merrick Road in Westbury, going through Eisenhower Park, and eventually colliding with another vehicle as it exited the park at Hempstead Turnpike.
We'll suggest to the management that they should think of putting up a gate.
Despite its name, the Gates is not a gated community. Tanton tells me the robbery will likely have him second-guessing whether to take his garbage out late at night until it becomes gated. If they have a gate, maybe the getaway vehicle would not have been able to get in here, right?
That's true.
Detectives say the teens were placed under arrest in East Meadow at the crash site where no one was injured. And upon further investigation, police say the Dodge that the teens were driving in had been reported stolen from Suffolk County this past Tuesday. Police say the car was also involved in leaving the scene of two accidents Tuesday night, one in Farmingdale that took place around 8:50 p.m., the other a short time later in Westbury. In addition to the robbery charges, the teens face several other charges, including criminal possession of stolen property. Nassau County Police tell me the victim's pocketbook was recovered from the vehicle and that it has been returned to her. In North Hills, Ron Lee, Files 1 News.
First, it was then Senator Barack Obama and Senator John McCain in 2008. Then 4 years later, in 2012, it was President Obama and Governor Mitt Romney. Now, Hofstra University on Long Island becomes the only university to ever host 3 consecutive presidential debates. Files 1's Ron Lee has been on campus all morning. He joins us now with more. Good morning, Ron.
Hey, good morning, Christine. Well, as we get closer and closer to the highly anticipated showdown between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump tonight, what we can tell you is that those who are in charge of security for tonight's debate are paying close attention to everything that is going on around here. This exclusive video of the command center here at Hofstra University is expected to provide everyone from law enforcement officials to prosecutors with the U.S. Attorney's Office and the Nassau County District Attorney's Office with a 360-degree view of the Hofstra campus.
There's probably more cameras here than at the Super Bowl.
Nassau's acting police commissioner, Thomas Crumpter, says these cameras have already been recording for several days and are included in the free speech area. He says there will also be views from the air. Meantime, this fence, placed as a security measure, stretches for many blocks on Hempstead Turnpike.
That is like an anti-crime fence, which allows us to provide a level of security and give a lot of room to the people in the free speech area and not interfere with the debate.
And while no classes are being held today to assist with security measures, the debate hall tonight is expected to include about 1,000 people, including 300 lucky Hofstra students who were selected by a lottery. Are you going?
No, I'm not, sadly, but I do know one person that's been able to go, and she's super excited.
Bianca Pickering joined some fellow students this morning to show solidarity for the Black Lives Matter movement. She and other students who are volunteering their time today say this is a learning experience they will never forget.
It's amazing, and seeing everything happen, the behind the scenes, I never thought that it would be like this. I didn't realize how much it took to build up the debate at all.
I'm a satellite location volunteer, so basically they just have me bouncing around from place to place, helping with the media, setting up, mics, lighting, all that fun stuff.
And how does it feel to be a part of this process as opposed to just watching it on television?
It's incredible. I mean, 10, 20, 30 years from now, I'm going to be able to look back on this historic day and say, I was part of that.
And as Christine mentioned earlier, tonight marks the third time that Hofstra University has hosted a presidential debate. The previous two times were back in 2008 and in 2012. We're at Hofstra University. Ron Lee, Files One News.
Our top story this morning, as we've been talking about throughout the morning, a crash investigation along Sunrise Highway is slowing things down for drivers in the area. Fox 1's Ron Lee joins us from the crash site in West Islip with the very latest. Ron.
CJ, good morning. At this time, Suffolk County Police have not been able to confirm to us if anyone was injured or if anyone has died. But what we can tell you is that all of these cars here on the eastbound side of Sunrise Highway are just creeping along and being diverted due to a major crash that took place earlier this morning. Take a look at some video that we shot earlier. You'll see what looks like a Pathfinder and a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, both badly damaged, following what police say was a serious crash that took place around 4:38 this morning. Many details are still not clear. We're not sure if speed was a factor in this crash, but what we do know is that the westbound side of Sunrise Highway between Robert Moses and Deer Park Avenue remains shut down due to the investigation. Let's switch over to some daylight. Let's take a look at the scene as it is right now. This is the crash situation right now. We can tell you that the crime scene unit has showed up not too long ago. I will, of course, keep you posted and stay on top of this story to bring you any developments. Reporting from West Islip, Ron Lee, Files One News.
It's being called one of the worst days for law enforcement in recent memory, and it follows anger and sadness at the shootings of black men in Minnesota and Louisiana. And because of those events, there were more protests and rallies like those in Phoenix and other cities last night. Fios One's Ron Lee is in the studio with the latest.
Well, with Dallas and the nation in mourning, the White House says President Obama now plans to cut short his trip to Europe and visit Dallas early next week. Meantime, we are beginning to learn more about the 5 police officers who authorities say were shot and killed by Micah Johnson during a rally Thursday to protest the brutal death Tuesday of Alton Sterling in Louisiana and the deadly shooting Wednesday of Philando Castile in Minnesota. Officer Brett Thompson was a Rapid Transit Authority worker and a newlywed who had married another transit officer just 2 weeks ago. Also killed Officer Lauren Aarons, a 14-year veteran of the Dallas Police Department. Patrick Zamarripa, a former Navy officer who had served 3 tours in Iraq. Michael J. Smith, a 26-year veteran of the Dallas Police Department. And Michael Kroll. His uncle says he had a passion for helping people and that being an officer was his lifelong dream. Dallas Police Chief David Brown says Johnson targeted the officers because of their uniform and their race.
He said he was upset about the recent police shootings. The suspect stated he wanted to kill white people, especially white officers.
With protests taking place all across the country, not all of them are ending as peacefully as organizers would have hoped. Take a look at this aerial shot right by City Hall in Phoenix late Friday night. It started as a large but uneventful march turned ugly as police in riot gear began to spray what appears to be pepper spray into the crowd. What we're hearing is the retaliation from police began when the marchers began to push against the line of officers. So far, no arrests have been made.
No justice, no peace, no racist police.
Listen now to this scene in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. State troopers and armed state police were berated by protesters in the city where Alton Sterling was killed on Tuesday. Meantime, in Georgia, a police officer appears to be the victim of an ambush. Authorities say Officer Randall Hancock was investigating a report of a car break-in when he was shot 3 times yesterday. Police are saying the person who made the call is the shooter. Police say Officer Hancock is in stable condition. The shooter, 22-year-old Stephen Paul Beck, is in serious condition. And while the motive is unknown at this time, there is no indication of a link to the Dallas police shooting. Ron Lee for Files One News.
What type of stories appeal to you? What would make you want to watch?
What, on television, you say?
Yeah.
What?
Like news reports?
You know, I like the news report. I like Jeopardy. I like Wheel of Fortune. I like the Station 13.
Well, when it comes to news, what would make you want to watch our news station? Do you want to see more?
Station 4, I watch it all the time.
What type of what part of the news aspect would you enjoy? Do you like sports, crime, entertainment?
I don't like sports.
You don't like.
I don't like crime either, but that's what the news has to do, you know, all the time.
Would you like to see more positive news?
Oh,
like people being given awards for doing good things?
Oh, yeah, sometimes. Not all the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
not all the time. A good mix.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Years, we're just trying to figure out, what type of stories really would appeal to you?
Some local community stuff. Love sports, high school sports.
Yeah.
Some of the political corruption that's going on. It's
Well, you heard about Skelos.
I
right?
know, yeah. I mean, there's an awful lot of that going around on Long Island. It's terrible. I don't know how they get away with it.
So you want us to go deeper into that type of
Yes,
stuff?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on the Skelos situation? It's potential for corruption with him and his son.
Yeah, I think they're all crooked. I really do. I mean, it's just everywhere you look around.
Well, for many people, getting scared silly by visiting a haunted house is all part of their annual ritual leading up to Halloween, of course. And this weekend, brave thrill seekers will be able to visit what is being described as the scariest haunted house experience right here on Long Island. And that's where we can find our own FiOS 1's very brave reporter, Ron Lee. He's outside the Chamber of Horrors in Hauppauge with a sneak preview for us. Ron, better you than me there today.
Hey, good morning, Nancy. Well, we're going to test just how brave I am in just a couple of seconds. Now, I am in what is called the Maze of Mayhem. I am totally setting myself up for disaster because I purposely did not preview this. Oh, shoot! I'm not even looking, people. Okay, obviously we've only gone 10 seconds into this maze, but okay. Oh, I'm stepping on stuff because I'm not looking. But I'm sure Nancy is cracking up right. Going that way? Or is there something in there?
Up, Ron. You are too funny. I love how
I
you're
have to go
trying
through
to
that?
compose yourself, though, on live TV.
I'm supposed to go this way? Okay, I'm going to go this way. Okay. Sometimes you can see the people already, and it's bad because you don't know what they're going to do. I know. Okay. All right. I'm told that we don't. I don't think we have that much more to go. Okay, I'm gonna go through this way. I don't even know which way I'm going. Back this way? I'm going back. Oh, shoot. Okay, okay. Well, you know what, Nancy? I'm not even looking. Okay, to be honest, Nancy, as I don't look, I'm going to just let people know that this event is going on every single weekend until November 2nd. So if folks want to come out here, as you can tell, even with the lights on, it is petrifying. That is the latest. We are live in Hauppauge. Ron Lee, FiOS 1 News.
Ron, I love how your eyes were closed the entire time. I'm guessing you're going to buy tickets for the whole month, all the way until November, right?
You know what, Nancy? Because you and I see something before as well, because we're both kind of wimps, I think that we may be interested in going together to something that's called Family Day. That's a situation in which they leave the lights on and they don't have any of the sound effects. Nancy.
Family Day, FiOS 1 Family Day. That sounds good, Ron. We'll talk. That's Ron Lee reporting for us over in Hauppauge. Thanks, Ron.